Hello, good morning. Well, today's topic is the hardest thing I've ever experienced. Well, I've actually had a pretty good life, so there are a few instances that I could ever classify as hard to deal with. I mean, certainly I've been let down and I've had, things happen that weren't pleasant, but I don't know, the hardest thing I've ever experienced. The only thing that comes to my mind when I hear that phrase is when I had to leave Germany. Ugh, I just, I got to the point at the airport where I had to say goodbye, and I knew I had to do it, but every part of me was saying, no, don't do that. Don't go back. Stay here. Why are you leaving? What are you doing? And just that moment when I had to let go of my boyfriend for that last time in Germany, that moment was the hardest part of the hardest experience I've ever had because I didn't know really when or if I was going to see him again. I mean, we of course had plans to see each other at Christmas, but at that moment, nothing was for certain, and it was extremely, extremely scary thing to do. Ooh. And just getting back home and readjusting and having to learn to be okay with not being in Germany anymore was really hard too. But that last second at the airport was the hardest thing that I've ever experienced. And I don't wish that on anybody. Although I know a lot of people who are in long distance relationships definitely know how that is. But that moment when you have to say goodbye and let them go, I don't envy anybody that. Not at all. So that was the hardest thing I've ever had to experience. And I'm sure there will be many other things that if I look back in 10 years and think, but at this point in my life, letting go of being in Germany and letting go of my boyfriend were the hardest things I've ever had to do. So that one's mine. And until I see you later, I love you and goodbye.